G'day mates, today we're talking about the most painful of all plants in Australia that I know of, the Gympie Gympie tree. The stinging tree has caused fatality. You'll be hearing about my first-hand experience and experiments I've conducted on myself in the best ways to try and alleviate the pain of this monster. I'm your host, Wallaby Dingo Bushman. Let's get into it. So there are about 4 different types apparently. There's about 3 here that I find. I'm not going to get into the full names of them, but we're just going to identify them on a visual basis and go through how to treat the pain. See all them little spikies? These are the worst in my opinion. They get you bad. The trunks are nasty, intense pain. I'll go through a working hand, no dramas at all. Just brushed up against that bastard, got me on the fucking hand. Here's one of the reasons it's the top nasty. Look at all them nasty little, just the slightest touch. I'll start stinging. So take note of that, the shape and the colour. Danger, danger, danger. And that's the baby one of the big one there. Cheeky little round leaf on it there, trying to be sneaky. Now you see how sneaky it is? That's one there. Different type, different colour, different trunk. Log it in. It's sneaky. It's sneaky. Take note of this one. Look at the trunk, the leaf colours. Now they don't sting as bad, and funnily enough, you can actually touch. Definitely don't recommend you try that though. When I say not as painful, it just takes a little bit longer and it's not as intense unless you get like a full dose on the ear. I've been whacked on the earlobe by one of them before. Not good. Righto, let's talk about pain. What does it feel like to get done by this? It can be instantaneous and it can be 30 seconds to a minute or so, depending on which one you get and where you get hit by it. Now, I've been stabbed, I've been electrocuted very badly, black spots on my feet thrown across the room. I've had 2nd to 3rd degree burns, I've broken bones, fractured bones, I've dislocated a toe, I've had many a toothache, I've had teeth knocked out, I've had a root canal, I've been stung by blue bottle jellyfish, spider bite, ant bite, so on and so on, Gympie Gympie. Now, the Gympie Gympie, or the stinging tree, the tall tree, the Atherton thing, they're all, we'll just refer to them as Gympie Gympie. It's a bit like a jellyfish with the constant intensity of a burn. Much what I try to describe it. It is very intense. Depending on where and how severely you get done, you are going to be in mild pain to excruciating pain. Then the sad story about the suicide. Guy wiped his bum with relief, apparently, and committed suicide from the pain. I can totally understand that. The worst part of the pain will be over in the first few days. You'll be up at a 10 or an 8. A few days later, you'll be down to about a 4, maybe a 2. Then get a bit of water on there, bam, back up with the pain, about 4 notches. Very annoying. How do we fix it, Wallaby Dingo Bushman? This is how we fix it. I've tested these things on myself multiple times, and this is the best that I've come up with so far. Your face mask that people put on the face for pore cleansing or whatever. Get one that's not tested on animals, because caging animals jamming stuff in their eyes until they die is some pretty messed up stuff. Don't support it. Let the face mask just flow over the area. Don't rub it on there. Let it fully dry. Peel that off. That's going to pull out most of the spikes that are in there, a good amount of them. Spray isopropyl alcohol, and that's computer board spray. That's a long chain alcohol, not ethanol. Ethanol at a pinch, the isopropyl 100%. Spray that on there. Your pain's going to go up about 15%, but it's going to reduce the amount of time that you're going to be in pain, so it's worth doing. Let that dry. Apply a bit of coconut oil on there, keep the moisture out. Basically, keep it away from water. Water is your enemy. Cold is your enemy. Don't do any of those things. If you have to wash, use as hot as you can bear on it without causing any further damage, obviously. And you want to dry that off really quickly, light dabs, don't rub it. And I've tried many things from Carver to Marmite. And of course, hardcore painkillers if needed, only if needed, only for as long as needed. You're not going to need a fortnight's prescription for a couple of days worth of pain. 3 to 5 days at the very most. It's not going to be as bad afterwards. At night time, you want to wrap that up with the coconut oil on there, put some paper towel over the top of that, and then wrap it in plastic. The extra heat, that'll sort of take it down from a 9 to an 8. You've really got to fight the urge not to touch it, not to scratch it, itch it. It's only going to make it worse, especially in the first stages before you do any treatment. The only thing I'm yet to try that I've got on the list left is cinnamon. Make up a paste from cinnamon and coconut oil, and because trying to avoid all the water. Hopefully the numbingness of cinnamon might help. I don't know, but it's on the list. If you've ever been burnt before, you'll know that it doesn't go away. Like if you've ever had severe well burn in the eyes where you can't see, you can't move your eyes at all. If you've had 2nd to 3rd degree burns where it's almost in the flesh or in the flesh, you'll know that pain does not go away. It's not like a broken arm or a stab where you get a good endorphin and it's sort of, you get a little bit of a waviness with it. It's just constant, all the time pain. And that's what makes it so terrible. I think that's what really gives it the title of, one of the worst pains known. Remember, I've done all these experiments on myself for real results. First-hand knowledge. No mucking around. Remember, everything's out here to kill you. Don't touch anything. Leave the wild animals alone. That's where they live. That's where they belong. Try and avoid this nasty bastard. Look at them beautiful bats. See you later, folks. You've been watching Wallaby Dingo Bushman. For educational purposes only, for legal reasons, please consult a medical professional. I'm pretty sure that beard was fake.